Hello everyone, this is the second time I'm recording because I accidentally destroyed the recording of the first time. But basically I was just rambling about random stuff. I was saying how I hope my roommates don't get angry at me for being loud at night, because as you can see in the top corner of the video, it's 4 a.m. when I was drawing that, at least, and then today it's like midnight right now. Oh, and I got a paper to do. Tomorrow's the only day I can work on it, basically. And then after that, I gotta finish my application to the teacher education program at UBC. And also, I was wanting to talk about drawing from reference. As you can see in this video, I'm drawing from reference. I usually do, unless I'm doing like, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh fan art. But even then, sometimes I use it. And what irks me is when people are like, what, did you draw that from your head? Or like, did you draw that from like, I don't know, I guess memory? And it's like, I mean, I could, but it's just so much better when I use reference. I think that's why people are so unwilling to use reference, that people ask that question and judge if you do use reference. Like, oh, you just copied or you just looked. But that's not true. It takes skill and you're learning as you're using the reference. I even go as far as like using the eyedropper tool to get the color palettes, because it teaches you about different palettes that you'd never really use on your own. Like, for example, in this video, or in this image, her hair is black, but in the light at the bottom it shows up as orange, and at the top where the, I guess, shadows and shines are, it's blue. So my picture actually ended up looking more blue when her hair is actually black, but that's fine. I like how it looks. Oh yeah, and I gotta change my little chibi in the corner to like an actual, I don't know, like a good one. But I tried actually, but it didn't look good at all from what I tried. I guess I lost my touch. I don't know. I used to be really good at drawing merch stuff. And speaking of merch, I do have an Etsy shop where I sell Yu-Gi-Oh charms. I want to branch out and start selling prints and like stickers. Stickers I think I could do, but I wonder if it's cheaper to just make my own stickers instead of getting them made. But the problem is I don't have a printer. At least here I don't have a printer. But back home I have a printer, but I don't think it's a really good printer. It's just like a standard copy machine paper printer. So maybe if I have my own place and in the future when I'm an adult, I can get my own printer and like really start my own home business. That'd be awesome. That's the dream. And I guess get like a sticker cutter. Those machines are really expensive though, I think. At least what I saw at Michael's. I love going to Michael's and craft stores and art stores. It's like also stationery stores. It just makes me really happy to be around all that. When I was at the art store one time, this guy, the guy who worked there, I see him every time I go there. I don't think he remembers me though, but he was talking to, I was thinking about buying pastels, oil pastels. So I grabbed some, like a packet of some, and then I was testing them on the testing paper, and then I could overhear the shop worker and this woman talking, and she was holding pastels in her hand too, and he was like, oh, you gotta get these ones, like they made these specifically for Picasso, like it's Sennelier, whatever it's called, pastels. They're super expensive. It's like the Copic markers of pastels is what I think, like, because each one is $8, which is the amount for one Copic as well. But he's like, they're like butter, like these are phenomenal. So yeah, they made them for Picasso specifically, and they're amazing. Like, he was just hyping them up, and I was like, whoa, this guy, like, he must know what he's talking about. And he's really selling this. Like, I really want those. Like, give me those. So I dropped the ones I was holding, and I was like, dude, you're such a good I literally told him, I'm like, you're such a good salesman. Like, now I want those. And then he was like laughing, but yeah. So I have a pack of Sennelier pastels, but it's just like 12 of them. And it doesn't come with a peach tone, which is unfortunate because I do a lot of skin coloring because I like to draw people. So I had to go to Opus, another art store, to buy singles, and the plan was to buy singles of Sennelier, but like a peach. But I didn't know they were like $8 each. So I didn't get, and instead I got, I think it's, I don't remember the brand. I think it's like Winsor & Newton or something. It was one of those like name brands. They were just under the Sennelier, but they were like $2 each. So, you know, a lot cheaper. And, or was it 50 cents each? I don't remember, but I remember them being so cheap that I was like, okay, let me just get every single one. So I bought every single one and like 2 blacks because I use black a lot. And speaking of the color black when you draw, a lot of people say never use black, straight up black when you paint. And I think that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, you need it for mixing. What if something's literally black? Like what like dark blue? Sure, but sometimes black is what does the job, and I don't know. You just need it. And especially, I got bad marks on when I was an art major for outlining a figure painting with black. Or like, I don't even think it was black, it was like purple or something. But basically I outlined it, and the teacher was like, do not outline your drawings. That's not what people look like. And I got kind of upset because I'm like, bro, it's a stylistic choice. Like, if I want to outline, I can outline. Like, not everyone has to draw exactly like you. Also, in that same class, the TA, who is now a professor, which is unfortunate because I really didn't like her, but she was the one teaching us about perspective, like the one time we got a perspective workshop. And she did not know what she was talking about. She's like, yeah, I think it's like this and like this, but she was like wrong. And she's like, yeah, I don't draw. It's like, then what are you doing as a TA in a drawing class? And like, she's the one marking my work. She doesn't know anything. It was, again, I hated being an art major, as you remember from my Why I Hate Art School video, if you watched that. Oh, this brush is something new I've been trying, like the paintbrush I'm using in Clip right now. I mean, for the whole painting I used it, for the sketch, for the colors, for everything. It's in Korean, so I couldn't tell you what it is. But it's interesting. It has like a tiniest like sliver of a border when you draw with it, and it's opaque or less opaque, as in it's see-through a little bit, so you can build up your values and colors. Yeah. Oh, something I suggest for artists, any artist, is actually to go to figure drawing. I was talking about this before, but like look up figure drawing near me and see if they have like classes or just sessions. I chose a place that had just sessions, and it's basically $20 per session, and you just sit there and there's a naked person and there's like 10 of us staring at the naked person and drawing them, and it's like for 10 seconds or 30 seconds or like a minute, 2 minutes, half an hour, 10 minutes. There's different times. It teaches you a lot about anatomy and gesture. If you want your drawings to be more loose, then I really suggest it. But while I was there, I was like, you know what? Like, drawing clothed people would help too, because, you know, it's hard to draw clothing folds, and I guess seeing them in person and really analyzing them would help. But I can also see why like the nude model is valuable. There's this figure drawing website also called, oh, I forget what it's called. Yeah, I don't know. But basically it lets you filter by what you want to see, like man, woman, or like the age, and then nude or not nude. And what's so weird and like strange, and the FBI would be after you, is that there's an option to click nude child or nude teen, and I've like never clicked because, you know, obviously I'm not gonna, whatever, I don't know what they're thinking, but I guess there's that. Oh, but doing nude models of all sizes, like plus size as well, is very important, because then you'll learn how like the fat rolls on the body differently, and also muscular people and skinny people. Like, just do a bunch of body types and I think you'll learn a lot. Oh yeah, and even if you think your drawing is like perfectly valued and the colors are perfect, make sure to at least try out correction layers just to see if it could be even better, you know? Alright guys, I guess I will be quiet for the rest of the video. There's only like a minute left, but thank you so much for watching, and thanks so much, so much for the comments you leave. It makes me really happy to see a comment or something. Like even from people who don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, they still watch me. That makes me really happy. Like they're just like, even though I don't watch this, like your art's so good that it makes me want to watch, and that's really sweet. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.